Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May the Yuletide... Hey, wait a second. This is not the Christmas Yuletide season. This is my Monday morning walk. Check it out. What a difference a week makes. Anyway, I love being up here in Canada since I've got such a change of weather going on. I think maybe the ticket is to talk about change and acceptance and gratitude. Maybe that's the topic of this morning. Somebody more famous than me once said, "There's nothing more constant in this world than change." It sounds almost like an irony. But life is about change. Life is about seasons. And that's certainly what we're seeing here today in Dawson Creek. And the beauty of the seasons and change is that, man, there's a lot of good stuff about winter. Not that we're going back into winter. Don't get me wrong now. This is not winter starting up again. This is the beginnings of summer. No, it doesn't look like it. But winter is so cool. Well, it's cold actually. But it's so cool because some of my favorite stuff is winter. You know, skiing is just fabulous. Cross-country skiing and snowshoeing or walking out in the woods is just fabulous. There's a real what is it? There's a cleanness, a clarity, a purity about especially fresh snow. The landscape to me takes on a beauty that just isn't there in the summertime. It's a different beauty in the summertime. But winter has its own special look about it, a special feel about it. I gotta admit though, November, the changeover season in November is just doggone cold. So if any of you are listening from Phoenix, Arizona, I'm with you. November's a great time to be down in Phoenix, Arizona. But up here in April, June, and middle of winter even, I really enjoy being Canadian. I really enjoy the changes of the seasons and what it does for us. You know, the changes of the seasons allows us to bend and sway and accommodate to changes in life, and that's a constant. You know, if there's one thing now that strikes me as true about change is that sometimes I get locked into seeing things a certain way, you know, and then and if anyone were to talk to me about the way I'm seeing things, I'm adamant about that being true for me at one time or another. And then not 5 years later, all of a sudden now I'm looking at the same issue in a 180-degree different way, and equally as adamant about the new truth. And so now when you're talking to me, I'm equally adamant about hanging on to the way I'm thinking about things in the present. And so change gives me the opportunity to see that I don't know a whole bunch of anything, really. Everything that I thought was true one day is untrue the next. And certainly my truths have changed dramatically from 1 year to the next, from 5 years to the next, and definitely from decade to decade. Like 180 degrees. So change allows me to come to that place of not knowing, of surrendering to something bigger than me, surrendering to a higher wisdom that knows the truth, knows the truth. I mean, because I have a truth, I have my truth that works for me from time to time, but I don't have the truth. My truth switches from decade to decade. It's not the all-knowing truth. And the shifting of truths also allows me to come to a place of knowing that both truths are equally true. You know, it's black and it's white, and it's high and it's low, it's right and it's wrong. And that brings me closer to focus with the concept of a unity in this universe, that we as humans create this duality, this right, wrong, successful, unsuccessful, good, bad. That's all created up here in our minds and in the collective mind, because our society determines a lot of these values, and not a single one of them is there any molecules of good or bad. There's no atoms of right or wrong. They're just all opinions. We take them as hard and fast truths, but they're merely opinions. And what I found is that opinions change from year to year and decade to decade. So yeah, thanks for joining me on my Monday morning walk, and look at perhaps your Monday as neither good nor bad today. Just look at Monday as maybe it is. Have yourself a super fine day.